Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick, and welcome back to Abzu, where we are in the industrial portion of the game, where everything is clearly evil, nothing is good, nothing is natural. Let us try to avoid that thing. Again, like, in regards to the flow comparison I made earlier. Like, Flow has a very specific section of the game that is very similar to this, in which you're going through industrialization. It kind of looks like it's trying to take the essence that it is pulling from the Earth, the Gaia, so to speak, in order to make every individual drone, which I suppose would explain why why King Shark considered the drone an enemy, despite the fact that the drones themselves are relatively non-combatant. Because whatever industrialization machine is going on here, it steals from the Earth to give energy to its creation. And thus, that is that same source. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that same source that I've been giving to each of the temples is that source that was originally taken back. So what I'm distributing was already there. Though I find that this game, like, as the years progress and issues with climate change become much more pervasive, like, I feel as though this game's message just becomes stronger and stronger, and holy crap. That is an image. And that is a music. Austin Winter, you have knocked it out of the park, along with the makers of this game. Nope. Son of a... Okay. So those are the consequences of getting zapped. Not as terrible as I was expecting. Though I would imagine this isn't exactly the game where, like, you need to perfect it. Nah, I was a little bit too close. Nope, too close to that. Let's just get out of here with its... Nope, that's too close to that. All right, we have made it through. And I guess that also explains the path of the King Shark as well as my own. Like, you can't just fix the damage by restoring what was broken. You also have to remove the thing that is causing the damage in the first place. You need to treat the disease as well as the symptoms. just cleaning the ocean, for example, doesn't exactly change the rate at which things are disposed into the ocean. King Shark, no! I'm here for you. Is King Shark dead? I think King Shark is dead. Huh. Alright. Also, we're a little bit more skeletal than we used to be. A little bit more paper mache. So, hopefully we can fix that too. Oh, are we doing some... Could we have always surface swum? We could have always been swimming on the surface. I just never tried. And a brief land-based adventure with turtles. Why, hello. A little unexpected twist, but I guess we've already been thrown off balance by the death of King Shark and also the shattering of your body. By the dark machine that exists underneath. Are we diving? We're diving. Excellent. Just a brief strut about the surface. Alright, so there's a gate up here. I'm guessing that's definitely going to expand the area I'm going to have to search in, especially if I want to find out where I'm supposed to go next. I might actually have to worry a little bit more on what's on the surface. Yep. Let us pay a visit to this temple, devoted to the dolphin. Alright. And that opens up the way to the pulley, which would open up the way to the next area. Presumably. Once I find enough of said pulleys. And that damage that you receive is also very... what's the right word? What's the right word I'm trying to think of? Let's just go with important. Relevant. There we go. In regards to the issue with climate change, water pollution. Because, like, you're not just making the world a worse place for the king shark and the king shark's fellow specimens. You're also making the world a worse place for yourself. Like, for example, I want to say earlier this year, it's hard to tell the difference sometimes. Earlier this year or last year, there was a ocean fire when the ocean was burning because of a oil pipeline that leaked. And I don't think anything was really done. I was not even paying attention to what fish emerged. I'll have to check later after I meditate. I don't think anything was actually really done based on that. But, like, the best case scenario, people were just trying to explain, oh, that was just, helicoptria. It's the helicoprion. It was old pipe, the pipe burst. It comes with the territory. If you've got old pipes, those old pipes might have issues, and that's just what happens. But at the same time, like, oil is being pumped into the ocean and burning on the surface. But that is just one occasion that we know about that got a lot of press because it had a very easily shareable clip. And if there's anything we've learned in the last few years, is that easily shareable clips do a great job in regards to getting people's attention, but not everything can be covered by easily shareable clips. Let's meditate on that and the fish in this area, like the helicoprion. Oh. So the fish do eat each other, alright. And the Animalocurus. That is the perfect way to pronounce. The Tiktaalik. Is that a penguin? The Gar. No, that is actually a Dolichoran chops. Perfect pronunciation. 100%. I've already seen you, Helicoprion. The Gar. The Gar sound like some sort of fantasy race. Like... everything was going well. It was a perfect utopia until the Gar advanced. But for now, why not let us advance deeper and deeper still? Perhaps one day restoring life, not just to the discerning fish population around us, but perhaps even to King Shark, who gave his life to destroying the machines. Am I supposed to do something underneath here? The answer is no. Up top? Also no. It is just a fountain underwater. An underwater fountain. But it's probably not distributing water. Although, supposedly, I would imagine, like, I'm looking at this as though it's like a real world type, Earth type thing. But if you have a liquid within a liquid, and the densities of the two liquids are different, then in theory you could have that water that flows beneath water. And thus that reaches like the Gaia, the liquid energy that is being collected by this particular civilization. Looks like we're going to have to jump. Oh yeah, I do all my own stunts. That was actually not that bad. Alright, so we got a gate. We've got fish emergence holes. What are you, sir? You are a good fish. The Dunkelostus. Don't tell Dunkin' Donuts about that, because otherwise Al Pacino will be out of the job. Alright, so we've got a little bit of restoration. And then we got to do a little bit more on the other side. The meditation point is over on this side. But I think I'm going to swim to the other side first, in case there are other fish emergence holes. I mean, what else are you going to call them? Really? You got to give them a name. To quote the movie Tremors. Is that an actual quote of the movie, or am I just kind of like quoting an idea of the movie? It's been a little while. Also, this area was much smaller than I was expecting. So I'm going to go back to the meditation point, as there doesn't seem to be any more fish emergence holes. Alright. Oh wait, nope, I'm wrong. There's one right here. Emerge fish. The Dacosaurus. Now we're just going into dinosaur territory. See, there used to be dinosaurs, just like today. And now we've got paintings of the dinosaurs over there with their long, long necks. But let us meditate on the existence of dinosaur fish. Like the acanthode. And the gar. We already talked about you, gar. You're everywhere. The pterospis. Ooh, what are you? The gyrodus. We need to find one of those big fellows. Where is one of them? What are some of these, actually? The acanthode. We already know about you. Oh, there's one of the big fellows. The elasmar. The elasmosaur. Wait, hold on. When we got really close to the ground, it looks like we could easily look underneath the world. And we already saw it. Or no, we didn't. The ammonite. Let us move on. We have seen what needs to be seen. We've swam where needs to be swam. Oh, I think I'm on autopilot a little bit. Sometimes the game decides it wants to take you on autopilot, for the sake of the image. But I think I was listening to a recent podcast of Play, Watch, Listen, which also happens to feature Austin Wintory, which is why this game is so fresh on the mind. And they were talking about the idea of immersion versus attention. Like, do you feel immersed within this world, or do you feel like your attention is captured by this world? And I feel like that argument is something that very easily describes this game as well. Because the idea is that, like, you're not necessarily feeling like you're immersed, like, feeling this immersion as though you're swimming alongside the fish, as much as, like, the game is kind of, like, drawing your attention to these sights and these wonders. Or you could also say that the game kind of is able to kind of flip it like a switch and divert your attention and your immersion as needed for the purposes of telling its story. Like, it wants you to be to have that feeling of immersion when you're looking around for the switches and looking around at all the fish, but at the same time, it also wants your attention captured by those bigger moments. Like, that's why a situation like this manages to instill that feeling of speed. Whereas, like, when the camera zooms out and pulls back, and you have that sense of wonder. And that line between immersion and attention blurs. But also, like, you're not... It's not like you're it's an interesting sort of cutscene in that you're not necessarily doing nothing. Like, the game gives you a very, very simple task to do. It doesn't even rate you on how you do it. That being swim through the specific schools of fish that highlight. But it does make the player's attention more active. Yeah, I guess we should do stuff up here because you're not treating it like a cutscene, where you're more passive. You're still a more active participant, even if, like, there's no specific term for failure. Like, if I don't swim through those schools of fish, I will still succeed in getting from point A to point B. But the game aspect of it encourages me to be active an active participant during that section. Like, QuickTime events try to do this. Like, oh, were you paying attention to the cutscene? Press A here. Surprise, here's some functionality. Whereas, like, the swimming through the current sections in this game still are based on that same foundational principles of this game's control, of this game's gameplay. Like, you're not exactly doing something different than you would be before. Like, even if the game is necessarily an autopilot, you are still moving your character around the world in the same fashion. This seems like a bit of a central area, considering all the hubs that surround it. It's King Shark! The spirit of King Shark lives again! And thus, so do I. Restored and renewed in body and spirit. I'm definitely also faster. Yeah. And a nice addition for the music to establish that sense of wonder. This kind of makes me wonder exactly what I was thinking of, again, during that first playthrough I did. Because I apparently completed the game according to the achievement. Or according to the trophy. But I had not broken through from the water. Which I think says more about the lack of things that I did while playing the game. Nope. Oh, never mind. We are the ones in control. We have the power. Fantastic. Excellent. Why, hello, sir. You are a dashing individual. Also, I kind of find myself wanting to just explore and look around a little bit. I don't exactly know what the limits are to said exploration. But you'll never know the limits of how far you can explore unless you take a look around. Why, hello. How are you? And let us clear out this obstruction to life, liberty, and the pursuit of coral. Ah, the orca have returned. And the underwater trees. I wonder how many of these schools of fish I've missed, though. I probably missed a few. But that's the thing in regards to this game. Like, you don't have to. The entire idea is just to relax. To soothe your senses. And also, perhaps, to download this soundtrack when you're done, because it is pretty nice. You? Hello, fish. There are a lot of these things. Well, there's one out of the water. We're gonna have to do a little bit of... How did I... There we go. One more. I appreciate the immediacy of this change. You don't have to wait for life to reclaim what the machines have covered. It just happens right away. That's the more unfortunate part in regards to real-world climate change, is that there are those things that cannot be restored. The life that cannot be resuscitated. For when the king shark dies, it does not come back. Nope, almost. Ah, yeah, there we go. And now, screw these bombs. They're still evil, but they ain't got nothing on me. I wonder if some of the inspiration for this, especially this sequence, this set of sequences, is based on like the entire like theories about what happens to the to Earth after humans. The images of like buildings covered in overgrowth, similar to say a game like The Last of Us, where nature has started to reclaim civilization. Either way, that was Abzu. I think I'm definitely had a much better time this time than whatever I was doing the first time. But I think I mentioned this earlier. Where am I? There we go. Is that this is the exact experience I was looking for. Just something to take it easy. After a long, like Forza Motorsport 7 took a little while. And no offense to Forza Motorsport 7, but it is... Oh, hold on. It is not my bread and butter. Excellent. Were they hiding a seashell in the end credits? Clever, clever girl. And I figure when it comes to a game that requires you to really, really maneuver turns at 180 miles per hour, might as well follow it up with something significantly slower. And Abzu fit the bill perfectly. It's... Not to mention, like, aside from that, its style, its color, its design. It's just kind of a lot of fun to go through. And I would say, yeah, this game, upon revisiting, I'm walking away with a much better impression of it than whatever I was thinking the first time. Though, again, it could easily be that my headspace was just not... It was just the wrong time for that specific occasion. Because you walk into a game, doesn't matter which game it is, but if you are feeling in a particular fashion that is opposite of the intentions of that game, you might end up finding it like you might be bringing your own animosity to the table. But for now, though, got any suggestions for something to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.